In the beginning, it starts with a concept.
Having fired the imagination of a generation, a ship like no other, its place in history secured, the space shuttle pulls into port for the last time. Its voyage at an end.
Usually there are broad concept strokes that get painted by the client themselves. They'll have ideas for what they want the interactive exhibits to be. And we try to apply both our experience in interactive media and trends in interaction to find ways that are really engaging to today's visitors, kids and adults alike.
We're working on the Kennedy Space Center's new home for the Space Shuttle Atlantis.
It involves a number of different cutting-edge technology interactives, including multi-touch walls, gestural interfaces, and a host of different simulators. The main goal of this project from the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex standpoint was to create realistic simulations that would give people that feeling of, I was in space, and what would it be like if I was driving the space shuttle.
Technology is changing all the time. In our case, because we're often working on the absolute cutting edge of technology, the latest thing out, in order to give a new experience to people, we really have to keep abreast of what the new developments are. So we do a lot of research. We have our ears to the ground in a lot of places. We look at developments that are being done in the educational world, in the business world, in the science world. And we also pay a lot of attention to sort of more social and more ordinary trends. What's catching their imagination in the way that they use technology in their everyday lives? And you get a feel for that and you try to take bits of that and weave it together in a way that they're familiar with, but might not be what they're used to in their everyday life. Finding that place where it could feel real and would be accurate, but would also be accessible to people and enjoyable, was difficult and beautiful when we'd find those moments. Here we go.
19 feet.
Buckle up.
Watch for it. Release before you get there.
Yeah! See, and that's how they really do it.